So let me discuss problem solving, another cognitive function. If you are requested to define problem solving, you can just tell problem solving is a cognitive function which defines a problem, discovers the causes of problem, and executing a suitable solution from among several possible solutions. So problem solving is a cognitive function. It's a sort of thinking which defines a problem, and after defining the problem, discovers the causes of problem, discovers different reasons behind the problem, and after finding out the causes, after finding out the problem and its causes, we execute, we implement a solution, or we take a decision from among several possible solutions. Again, a sort of decision making occurs there. And there are different steps in problem solving. And you might have heard this one during your degree classes or PG classes. So I may just mention the steps. The first step is identifying the problem. It's important. The first step is identifying the problem. You should know there is a problem. If you are not aware of the problem, how can you solve a problem? So you should see the problem. You should not be ignorant. So after identifying the problem, the second step is defining the problem, interpreting the problem. You should define the problem. You should look at each and every part of the problem. You should go deeper into the problem. You should think about the problem in a systematic manner. And this is the second step, defining the problem. And when you define the problem, and after that, the third step is finding out the causes behind the problem. And this may be sometimes included in defining problem. You should look at the problem and you should find out the reasons behind the problem. You should know the real causes. You should know the real factors behind the problem. And after finding out the causes, after defining the problem and finding out the causes behind the problem, you have to form a strategy by making use of some hypothesis. You have to create a hypothesis by making use of your previous experiences, your knowledge, your thinking power, your observation power, your intuition. You have to form, after making the hypothesis, you have to form a strategy. You have to make a plan. You have to make a plan for solving the problem. So you have to create a strategy. What method you should make use for solving the problem? What sort of communication strategy you would use? How you would diagnose the problem? So you have to form a strategy. Then after forming the strategy, you have to organize information. I mean, you have to think about different items related to the problem. And you have to make a systematic arrangement of the information you have got on the problem. It may be some problem which you have selected for your research, and it may be some problems related to your day-to-day life. For example, if you are harassed by a man, it's a problem before you. And first of all, you have identified the problem, that a person is regularly chasing you, and then it becomes a problem before you. Then you are defining the problem, and you are finding out the causes, and you are making a hypothesis, and then you're organizing the information. I mean, you inquire about the name of the person, about the vocation of the person, about the family background of the person, and you make an arrangement of this information, pieces of information. Then the next step is thinking about different solutions. So there should be different options. What should you do? Whether you have to go to the wife of the man, whether you have to go to the father of the man and tell them to give some advices to the man, whether you have to go to the police station and submit a complaint, whether you have to go to your family members. So maybe different solutions there. Then after that, you have to select the accurate solution, and this is a sort of decision making. And I have told you that you should make use of your critical thinking, you should make use of your reasoning power, you should make use of your intuition, then select the accurate solution. You should think about the future, you should think about the after effects of the solution, and you have to select the accurate solution. Then the final step is revision of the solution or decision you have selected. Because sometimes in future again such problems may be there. Sometimes you will have to face such problems in future. Then what sort of decision you would take? For that, for realizing that decision, you should make a revision of the present solution, the present decision you have made to solve the concerned problem. So these are different steps: identifying the problem, then defining the problem, then finding out the causes, then forming a hypothesis, then forming a strategy or plan, then organizing the information you have got related to the problem, then thinking about different solutions, different options, and selecting the accurate solution, then review or a revision of the process. Thank you.